halfway into prayer, and I look up, and there's a corner in our backyard, and I don't know how else to explain this, but it was like dark outside. But in this corner, because the way that the tree was hitting it, it was like a shadow. Somehow the shadow in that corner started to get darker. Like it was just like dark.
On the track.
Welcome to the Common Podcast, where we speak upon common sense and realize it really isn't that common. Guys, today we have a pretty interesting topic, as you can tell by the title, and we're going to be speaking on our own experiences, and then just kind of talk about paranormal activity in general, right? Yeah. So before we get into that, though, if you have not yet done it, make sure you subscribe and hit that bell so you don't miss any uploads. If you're listening on Spotify, you can do the same thing. Make sure you follow the Common Podcast on Spotify. Like and subscribe if you haven't. And your feed for today's video is going to be to share it with just one person. If we do a good job, share it with 2. Also,
or 10
people. That'd be great.
Yeah.
We have some merch coming very, very soon. It's being revamped as we speak. We're getting logos. We're getting logos sent to us.
My face is gonna be next to his face.
Yeah, for sure.
On the Common Podcast.
Yeah, some pretty cool designs too. We're gonna be having shirts, as you can see, tumblers, mugs, and I want to get something else.
Yeah.
I would really like hoodies.
Oh, that would be nice.
Nick is actually the one.
I've already. Oh, really?
He's the one.
I've already ordered a hoodie from like my Armchair Expert. I have one of that. Like those are super popular. No,
you're not gonna do that to that sweater. That's messed up.
I love the Common Podcast, but I can love more than one thing.
So we got a new addition to the team. He's gonna be helping us out in which way that we need. So big thank you to him.
Yeah.
Also for all the people that have been supporting us, I want to take this time to say thank you. Justin and I, we appreciate it. And you have no idea how happy it makes us when y'all are leaving comments, when y'all are leaving us Instagram messages, personal text messages for some of us. That
also shout out to the people who've been sharing Roger's post when he posts the show.
Yes.
Big shout out to that. Thank you guys so much for that. So
yeah, I'm gonna give a shout out to Jason specifically. Jason, you know who you are.
Yesenia.
Yeah, Yesenia,
Mm-hmm.
which is basically kind of like my sister-in-law. I don't know if you know that.
What?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. That's crazy.
Yeah, her husband is my brother-in-law.
Oh.
Yeah.
We need to have them on the show.
They love it.
We need to have them on the show.
Yeah, they love the podcast, which
that's so awesome.
Yeah, Jason.
Well, thank you guys.
Both of y'all, y'all have been going above and beyond. Honestly,
Kayla
too. So big shout outs to y'all. I really do appreciate y'all. Yeah, I forgot about Kayla. Kayla's been not only sharing it but giving us some input on some stuff. So
for sure,
just wanted to take that time to appreciate those people. But anyways, today we're talking about paranormal activity, ghosts.
Not necessarily the movie.
No, the movies are trash.
I don't know. Have you so you watched movies? Did you watch the first one?
I watched I think 3 parts. How many parts are there?
There's 4 or 5.
I've only watched 3.
The first 3 are because the first one to me.
Oh, don't do that.
Was a little scurry. It's the part 2, part 3, part 4, part 5. They got trashy because they tried to put in a story.
I thought you were gonna say, well, the first 3 parts are trash and the fourth and fifth was
better. No. The first one was good. Then they tried to run with it and it went very downhill very quickly.
It was very boring to me. Wow. Yeah, you just had to wait a couple of days.
Yeah.
I get it, the build up and
Well, and when you have some similar things like that happen.
Oh yeah. So we're gonna get.
Well, first, do you believe in ghosts? Do you believe in paranormal activity? The paranormal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I believe in evil spirits. If there's gonna be good spirits, there's gonna be
for sure
bad spirits. Yeah. So yeah, I don't know, because I've had some type of paranormal activity. I just don't dwell on it. I don't think about it too much, and yeah, let's just dive into it. Let's dive into our experiences. I lived in a home,
as we all do. Some people,
really?
Some people live in mansions.
Okay,
that's what I need. Or boats.
That's not what you meant.
What did I mean?
No, never mind. We're not even gonna go there.
Oh God. Okay.
We're not even gonna go there. But, yeah, I lived in a home back in middle school for about maybe 2 years, and My mom's significant other at the time, supposedly, his grandma died in the house.
Okay.
Okay, and doors will slam shut randomly, randomly. And at first, it would like, I was like, what the heck's going on? And he would always say, "Oh, it's my grandma. You know, like she doesn't mean any harm or anything like that." But me being like the urchin that I am, you know, trying to like figure out what really is going on. In this house, we had all.
You're the white girl that dies in the movie? In the scary movie? I am too.
It doesn't believe it, right?
Yeah. You go down the scary alleyway in the dark.
We
Yeah. Those are the first to go in every movie. I'm the same way though.
Yeah, so I didn't really believe it in the beginning. So I was like, in this house we didn't have AC, so we left the windows open. So like, it has to be the wind. You know, there's so many rooms, there's so many like windows open. There has to be some way that the wind is just shutting the door. The one that really got me though was the time that I was playing video games, playing Madden, and I was playing very near to the door, and it just slammed shut right next to me, and the wind did not change, and like it was constant.
Did another door in the house open or close?
I don't know.
Because you know
This one was loud. I'm talking about like it was.
Yeah, but if there's an air draft, like, you know, I don't know if you.
Yeah.
Like if one door's already like closed and one door's open, and you open the door, it'll
change.
slam the other one. Yeah.
I don't know.
So no. Oh, okay.
I don't know. I just remember the door like, you know, I was into my video game. Keep in mind, I was like, you know, playing whatnot, and just, boom, and it was loud, and I was like, oh, it might be real, you know. But I was never scared to that point. But yeah, that was the first time. Do you want me to cover my second?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. My second instance was actually right before I got the house. So very recent. I've had the house maybe 10 months now. So it was, I would say 11 months ago. And I was living at my brother's house, it's his house now. And I was washing dishes, right? And I was washing dishes and I felt a tug on the back of my shirt, but from the very bottom, like as if like a baby was pulling my shirt. Okay, it was that low. I thought it was my brother. And I was just like, yeah, he's being him. Like he's just pulling on my shirt. And then it happens again, and I'm like, hey, leave me alone. I turn around, there's nobody there.
Oh yeah.
There's nobody there. So I didn't tell my sister-in-law about this because my brother wasn't in town at the time. Oh no, sorry. My brother wasn't in the house at the time. But I didn't want to tell her because I didn't want to scare her. You know what I mean? So so as soon as he got home from wherever he was at, I told him. You know what I mean? And I was just like, oh, like, you know, this happened and whatnot. But I was like, I don't want to say anything because whatever.
Right.
I didn't want to scare anybody. But to be honest, it didn't scare me. Like, it was just like, I mean, I couldn't really make up anything in my head to like justify that.
Yeah.
I mean, how do I justify that? How do I say like, oh, like, well, maybe it could have been the wind, or maybe it could have been like something like, no, like I legitimately felt a tug twice, like a tug.
No. It's the physical stuff is what you need to be afraid of. That's the paranormal activity crap that you said was trash.
Are you talking about what I experienced?
No, I'm just like the actual physical touch is like what's terrifying. Like the fact that you actually got to feel something.
Yeah. So because
at that point, if you're not thinking about it, and because your mind can play tricks on you.
Yeah.
So if you're thinking like, I'm gonna turn and there's gonna be a ghost, something. I mean, you might feel a push or something because your brain is telling you that you felt it. But that's scary.
That's scary because I wasn't. My mind wasn't in that spot.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I definitely felt the tug. There was definitely no one there, no one in sight. That was my experience.
So you believe that ghosts can actually like inflict pain on people?
I don't know.
If they wanted to? Because if they have the capability of like
tugging,
yeah, then they've got the capability of like harming you,
pushing you.
Yeah, pushing you down stairs or something.
I don't know. I do my best not to direct my attention to that type of stuff.
You feel like it would like open the door?
Yes. Okay. So I'm glad that you said that because we had this conversation.
My wife's the same way.
Yeah, I had this conversation.
I'm like, come on.
with with my brother, my sister-in-law, and my wife, and we're talking about evil spirits,
Yeah.
and if we believe and we don't believe. I believe that there is, because if I'm gonna believe in good spirits, I have to believe in evil spirits, right? That's the way it's always been.
Yeah.
There's good, there's evil.
There's a heaven, there's a hell.
Exactly.
Yep.
Definitely. So, but I always believe in the law of attraction. Whatever you're like, if you're manifesting that,
Very fancy way of putting that, my friend.
yeah, if you're manifesting that and you're thinking about bad spirits, if you're looking at spooky movies for some people, right? Because some people, they don't have the maturity to kind of like,
Just like we talked about.
yeah, discern what is what. You're inviting that in, right? Like your brain is always thinking about these evil spirits, so you're just gonna invite those things in. So my thought process is, don't pay too much mind about that, and then it just won't happen to you.
That's a good point. That's a good point. And I think that that's what I did. I like let myself sit in it for years and years and years, and I think that's why I think I have so many experiences. Cause
Yeah, you were inviting it in.
yeah.
Unintentionally, but
Yeah,
you were inviting it in.
So I was.
Because
I
you were
had-
so aware.
Yeah.
Right? Okay.
Yeah. So I was, the first one I could ever remember of something legitimately happening. I hadn't moved to Los Fresnos yet, so I was well below 9 years old. I was 6, 7. I know my little brother was born. I'm 3 years. He was about 3 or 4. So yeah, I was about 6 or 7.
Okay.
So we were at the house in Brownsville, and my mom left all the kids. I had older cousins there to like watch and babysit us. She was just probably going across the street. I don't remember the full story. My mom was not in the house, is what I remember. She could have even been outside smoking a cigarette or something. I don't know. We were all sitting in the living room talking, and that's when I knew it was like something off, because my cousins like to prank me all the time, and they were all already with me in the room.
Yeah.
We heard like a loud like knock in the very back bedroom. And so we go to like, oh, we're all scared, right? We go to check it out, and there was my sister was just born, or about to be, but there was a rocker, like a rocking chair, and like a little baby doll sitting in the rocking chair, and then my sister's crib, and all that, and the chair was rocking. And so we were like, all freaking out, So we all go running into the living room, and we're talking about how crazy that was, and the knock happens again, even louder, while we're screaming and talking about this is going on. So now we are like pushing someone to go first and go look, and so we go and we open the door and we peek in, and that rocking chair is still rocking, but this time the doll is face first into the ground on the floor. And we were like, nope,
That's it.
so we went and we waited outside, and my brain blocks off what happens after that, but that's all I remember. And then fast forward several years.
So that was your first experience? Would you say that?
That I can remember, yeah.
After that, you're probably like, mentally like always afraid
Just
of.
aware. Well, I was introduced to scary movies from as early as I can remember.
Do you think there's a correlation there? I think there's a correlation there.
I think so. I did get to a point to where I think it was happening so much, or my brain was so always turned on to that channel, so to speak.
Yeah.
That so many things were happening to where it eventually came a norm, and then I like was able to just push it out of my brain to where it was just like, that's normal, it's no big deal, and then things stopped. So like that's kind of how it worked for me. But I will say, and a lot of people will call me crazy, I got criticized a lot for this, but me and my friends played the Ouija board at my house.
Oh, dude, no.
And when I say we played the Ouija board, I don't remember what age I was, 13, 14. I probably played that thing every day for about a month.
No. What are you thinking?
Yeah. Because nothing ever happened. Nothing.
No,
so it worked, right? Like we were able to communicate to whatever we were talking to, but nothing ever happened in the house. Nothing ever happened.
Wait, so like it
Nothing-
actually moved your...
Yeah. It works. It works.
Why would you
And
do
on top
that?
of I was not saved. I was not religious. None of my family was religious. We didn't know, like,
How old were you again?
I was 13, 14. Yeah, 13, 14. Yeah. I didn't get saved until I was 19. Yeah. I didn't even become interested in God and what all that was about until I was 18. So we played it almost every day because we thought it was just so fun, and how weird it was the fact that nobody was touching it, nobody was moving, and we're like, whoa, nothing happened in the house until we stopped playing it. And that's when everything went down.
Maybe it got upset that you stopped the communication.
I think that's exactly what happened. I think. And what the scariest part was that we would play in our garage, which later my parents turned into a bedroom, which became my bedroom.
Oh, dude, that's what you get.
Yeah, it is what I get. But that is what I get. I was very stupid. Now looking back and knowing what I know about like the spiritual sense, and you know, even if you're not a believer in Christ, but you're a believer in, you know, just the spiritual realm, you know that there are doors that you open and shut and things like that. So, but yeah, we basically left the door open and then walked away from the door. Stop! No, you're not.
I mean, for real. No, I mean, for real. Something fell on my head. Something like brushed my hair.
It's a spirit going.
No, for real. Maybe it was. I don't know.
No. God. Okay. Let's get back on track.
Before I forget, I have another story, which it's a little weird. That's why I didn't mention it. But I'll go ahead.
Well, I can talk about this all day. I mean, little things started happening, like as far as I would be cleaning my room. This was before my room changed, but I would be cleaning my room in the house with the music on in my room and hear my front door open and shut. And then my key, like my dad's keys, like set down and slam it down on the table. The boots, at the time he had like a, you know, the old school like Nokia. It was the phone, but also a walkie-talkie type thing. Yeah. I would hear the beep and things like that, and I would open the door to say hi to my dad, and there would be nobody in the house. There. The door would still be locked. So I'm like, okay, maybe this is just in my head. Not too much later, I would, you know, we switched over to the garage room, and I was sleeping, and I would wake up, and so like, let's say this is, you know, your window is on the first floor, and it's facing the street. You could see the street light, like from like, so my window was like lit up orange from the street light. Yeah. I remember the very first night that I slept there, I turned over and I woke up in the middle of the night for no reason. And when I opened my eyes, there was a silhouette of a man standing at the window. And I like wiped my eyes and like looked again, and there was nothing. Okay. And it just progressed and got way worse from there for a very long time and then when I got saved, I repented for all of that, and I like had to close the door basically. Yeah, that's crazy. Things still happen to this day. Like I will go over to that house now and still have an experience. Dang. I'm not lying to you. There was actually probably about 6-7 months ago something happened. It was insane. Probably the most insane experience I've ever had. Go ahead. You want me to say it before? Because you said you had another one. Okay. So we make fun of my grandma. We call her Grammy. It's my mom's mom. We like tease her about like her attracting spirits because she's like always wanting to tell us ghost stories to freak us out and things like that. And we're like, no, you're the door. Like you're so we give her a hard time. Well, I don't know how you feel about guns and gun control or any of that, but my brother and I own a handgun. Yeah, I need one. I didn't think I did until I got married, and then I was like, no.
I just think the standard of like the standard should be raised on
who can get one,
and then the handling. I think there should be teachings.
1,000,000%. I'm on the same page. I think you should get one. But yeah. So I had it was around Christmas time. I had just gotten my first like official like gun from my dad for Christmas, and so it was still at the house with me and my brother. We're playing video games, and my wife and my brother's girlfriend and my little sister are in there playing, you know, watching TV, playing video games. And in the next room over is my grandma. She's getting ready to go to bed. And in the middle of us playing, she comes in and says, "Hey, there's someone knocking at my window. Like, you guys need to go." Well, we've had people walk around in the back before, you know. So me and my brother, we get the guns, we load them up, and we go running out there. Nothing. Like, what the heck? Like, okay, like maybe whoever was walking through maybe didn't walk, but we have a lot of like furniture on our back patio that's like metal. Okay. So like he could have bumped into that, and like because it does make a loud noise. Yeah. We're like, or it could be a really big ass like possum that like hit it over. Okay, like, you know, like this is explainable. So then we're like, no, Grammy, there's nothing out there. Just stop being the door. Like, we're giving her a hard time. Like, just stop attracting these spirits here. Like, chill out. Yeah. So we go back and we're playing. For another 10 minutes go by. She comes in and she goes, "No, I'm serious. There's someone in the backyard." I heard the chairs move. I heard like there's someone moving around back there. And in my head, I'm like, there's nothing to steal back there. Like, what are they doing? Like, what? Like, they're going to steal our patio furniture? Like,
yeah, no.
So I'm like, okay, you know what? Let's go. So we get our guns again, load them up again. We go out there. We're looking, nothing. We're not even in the house yet. And my grandma comes running up to us and meets us halfway and says, I hear it again. We go now. So we turn around and we go out. And at that point, I told my grandma, I said, wait about 5-6 seconds and then turn on the back light. Because at that point, we were going out there with nothing, like no light or anything, because we didn't want to be like seen or caught or anything. So we go running back there. And about the same time, she timed it perfect. She turns on the lights. And as we're about to turn the corner, we hear a metal chair on our back patio drag across the concrete. And immediately it stuns us. It freaks us out. We stop. We're like, oh, someone's back here. Like, oh, shoot. So I whisper my brother, I said, 1, 2, 3. And then we're going to go and just like shoot now, ask questions later. Like, this is scary.
Y'all shot?
No.
Okay. We
turned the corner. And by the time we turned the corner, the chair that was moving towards us, like in the direction towards us, had stopped. And we turned and there was nothing. And we were like, no, we heard that. This wasn't wind. What's going on? This is scary. Well, I'm a real big believer in like the power of prayer and showing that and you could face a demon in the eye and sit there and pray and show that you're not afraid and show that who's boss basically. Yeah. And so I grabbed my brother and I'm like, all right, we're going to pray right here in the backyard. We're going to pray because I know that there's not a human back here. And he was like, okay. So I start praying and I get about halfway into prayer and I look up and there's a corner in our backyard and I don't know how else to explain this, but it was like dark outside. But in this corner, because the way that the tree was hitting it, it was like a shadow. Somehow the shadow in that corner started to get darker. Like it was just like dark. And I'm like, okay. So I start wrapping up my prayer and I start speaking louder. I start like, I don't remember what I said, but I was like speaking louder and more confidently. Yeah. And in that time where I'm about to wrap up, I hear what sounds like a pig mixed with like a woman, like that. And my brother, he stops. He that's how I knew. I was like, okay, we're not crazy. We both heard this. And his eyes drop and he goes to turn around and walk away. And I grab him and I go, no, I'm finishing this prayer. And I finish the prayer. And we turn around and we walk inside, and my wife and my sister and my brother's girlfriend say that when we walked in, our faces were just like white as like snow, just white. And we sat there and we couldn't speak for like another 5-10 minutes before we were actually able to talk about it.
Dang.
Yeah. Yeah, and that only happened a few months ago. In December. It happened in December.
Dang.
Yeah. It was Christmas time.
How much time do we got? Okay.
My bad.
Not bad. So we got 7 minutes. So
yours.
Actually, you reminded me of something because I was just thinking of something that you can't see, and like stuff slamming or stuff moving. But actually, there was this instance we were like probably, I want to say 5th grade. My brother was in 4th grade. We're a year apart, and we're playing basketball outside with 2 of my uncles, right? And we hear, it's probably like 2 or 3 in the morning. We played basketball. We had lights up there or whatever. We hear 2 in the morning. We hear we had barbed wire fence. We hear it just like just yank, like pull, right? And you can hear like you know what I mean? Yeah. It yanked and it pulled, and then we look, and my grandfather has like maybe like 1.5 acres. Like it's a long drive from the street all the way back to, at the time, was a trailer, which where we lived. So we're playing right beside the trailer, and we see, and on that dirt road, we see what looks kind of like a white grayish, like it's really dark, right? So we don't really see, like, we don't know how to make of it, but it's running on all fours and it's coming towards us, right? And we freak out. Obviously, we freak out. We're trying to get everything. My brother falls on the floor.
Running all fours like a horse?
No. Like kind of like an ape.
Yeah, bro. No.
So check it out.
You catch my fat ass over here. Oh no.
My brother falls. We're running inside, right? Slam the door shut, and we're scared like if something's about to just ram through the door, like just break it, but nothing ever comes. Like nothing. That's it. That was that. Like that was literally the end of the story. Now, we all question ourselves, like, what did we really see?
But when more than one person
sees it
or
now,
hears it, it's wild.
So it's wild. And here's where it gets even more crazy: is that we continue playing basketball outside and whatnot. There's another time, a couple months later, we're not playing basketball or anything like that, but we're on a trampoline at night. Now, one of my uncles there, and then we have another cousin spending the night. So it's still 4 of us, my brother and I, one of my uncles, and a cousin. And same thing happens. And my cousin, one of my cousins that wasn't there the first time, sees it as well. And we're just terrified. Same thing, like, oh my God, like, what is that? Whatever. And my uncle would always play tricks on us. He would always try to spook us and everything like that. But there's no way that he can replicate this. Picture an ape or like a gorilla from the zoo, that big, just running towards us. Bro, we were terrified.
Harambe? No.
And even to this day, oh my God. Even to this day, like if I were to bring all the rest of the 3 that were there, they will all tell you that they saw it.
Yeah, that's absolutely terrifying. That's super scary. I can't really think of very many occasions where, now I've had circumstances where something will happen to me when I'm alone and then I don't say anything.
Yeah.
And then
people are gonna think you're crazy, dude. That's why I don't tell these stories. Honestly, like right now, as I'm speaking, I'm like I really don't want to say because people aren't gonna believe. Because I have a hard time believing it too when other people say it. So I'm like, I feel you on that. There was another instance, and my brother actually spoke about it the other day, about what we saw what looked like a Grim Reaper. Yeah.
Well, they say that if you like see that, or like there's a lot of Hispanic folktales like the lechuza or the owl or whatever, but only one other one that I can say that 2 people told me the same story. I was involved, but I didn't actually see it happen, and I'll explain. My brother had walked into my mom's room, and the way that the doorway into into the hallway from my mom's room is that it's basically hallway, and my door is slightly to the right of that, so you can see anyone trying to walk in. If that door's open, you can see anyone walking into my room, or what used to be my room, mine and my brother's. My brother and my mom say that when my mom had called in my brother to hand over some laundry, my brother comes in and my mom hands the laundry, and when my brother turns around, they said that they see me walk like across the doorway into our bedroom, like look at them or whatever, like pass by. It's me as like just walks into the room. And my mom says that my brother walked in and 2 seconds later comes running back into the bedroom and said, Justin's not in that bedroom. And 5 seconds after that, I come in from the garage and I was like, why are y'all freaking out? What's going on?
Dang.
So that was like weird to think that there's another me somewhere walking around. But
what if you just got the teleport?
Well, no, they say that. It's sorry to get like weird and spiritual with you guys, but I used to be like really into it, and I looked up stuff like that. And they say that if that whatever happens to be in your vicinity, and you happen to make eye contact with that person, like with yourself who is not you, that it's like an omen, like it's really some bad stuff. Yeah. So to hear that, and like it was terrifying.
For sure.
Yeah. I don't know if I believe that.
Yeah.
But yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. Pretty scary stuff, man.
The Grim Reaper instance we were living is probably in my life one of the lowest points financially, everything like that. I was a kid, so not me personally, but as a family, it was just my mother at the time. We're watching TV, and then I was waiting outside. Not outside. I was looking outside through the window for my mom to get home. And I do want to talk about this on one of the episodes about my separation anxiety. I mentioned it in one of the episodes, but it was so bad that when my mom would leave, whether for work or whatever, I would just wait at the window all day until she got back. So I was waiting, and I saw what I thought looked like a Grim Reaper. And I was a kid. I didn't know what that was, but the way I identified it to somebody else, and that's what they told me. But looking outside, I call my brother because I think I'm going crazy. I think I'm seeing something, whatever. Call him, and he sees the exact same thing. And mind you, he brought this up to my attention again a couple weeks ago. I totally forgot about that. So we're talking about paranormal activity, and he was like, "Hey, remember?" And I was just like, "Yes." I try to shut that out.
There's some things that I've seen that have scarred me that I've, like spiritually, that I've tried to
take out.
Yeah.
I feel you.
Yeah.
I'm a manager, which I have spoke on this show before, but even at the store a couple weeks ago, I heard we locked the door, so I get there way before everyone else. I lock the door behind me, and then I'm in the office and I'm whatever, listening to a podcast, doing my money thing, and I hear clear as day. I hear the front door open, and I hear it close. I'm like, oh, maybe I forgot to lock the door. Maybe the first cook is here, whatever. So I go and check just to say hi. You know what I mean? There's no one there. Go check the door, locked. I was like, come on.
Yeah.
I just went. I texted my assistant. I was like, literally heard the front door open. Nobody's there. She's like, stop. And after that, I didn't. I'm telling you, I am very good at blocking stuff like that out. So I don't even pay too much mind to it. I'm like, whatever.
We swear that there's a ghost where we work. Because we have those swinging doors, where you like go to the back and the door swings up. There's times where we're like, nobody's near, and the door will just start doing that bit. We're like, what is going on? That's crazy.
That's crazy, yeah. Yeah, do you have any more stories?
I have several, but we probably...
Yeah, we probably don't have much. And if y'all want us to talk about this type of stuff more often on the show, we can definitely do that.
Or what would be really, really cool is that if you wanted to share your story on a comment or something like that and wanted us to maybe read it out, I think that would be cool too.
Oh,
it's a good idea.
That is a great idea.
If you guys wanted to share your story, a little simple or long story, we'll take the time to read it out for you guys. So just your only way to do that though is you got to like and subscribe. I'm just kidding. No, if you wanna share, I think that would be really fun and cool.
That would be really
share.
Yeah.
Share some ghost stories from our fans.
Or even also, well, on top of what he just said, let us know if y'all believe in ghosts.
Yeah.
In the comment section below.
And I think that would defeat the purpose of submitting a story if you didn't. But if you do, then also submit a story.
Yeah. Let us know in the comment section below. But anyways, guys, that's going to wrap it up for today's episode. Thank you all for tuning in. If you watched this far, I'm pretty sure you enjoyed the video if you watched it this far. So if you can take that extra step and subscribing, make sure you like, hit the notification bell so you don't miss any uploads. Merch coming very soon. And as for us, we are out.
Later, guys.
On the track.